Don Yenko was a Chevrolet dealer in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, who was a very, very astute businessman.
Very successful racer, Chevy man through and through. Raced Corvettes, raced Corvairs.
His two great loves in life were playing jazz piano and flying an airplane. Out of his small Chevrolet dealership in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, came some of the finest cars of the muscle car era.
Don Yenko's earliest project was the Corvair Stinger in 1965. He built those in 65 and 66, and various modifications made these little Corvairs race-ready rockets.
Matter of fact, some of those still run to race today in SCCA across the country and still winning. And they were a good car. I mean, it was the beginning of that genre of car.
And then in '67, he started transplanting 427 engines into Camaros.
Yenko Camaro production was always very limited. Early cars in the 50 to 60 range in 67 and 68. Of course, the big controversy involves the 1969 production when Yenko Chevrolet began using the COPO pipeline, the central office production order option, to actually order factory-equipped 427 Camaros to be delivered, and there they were converted into Yenko supercars with all their tape stripes and various emblems. Over the years, there's been this ongoing battle as to how many were actually built.
Perhaps the original tape from my interview with Don Yenko will shed some light on whether or not there were 201 or 500. This is Don Yenko speaking.
In 1968, we did our transplants. 1969, all the cars were COPOs. There were 500 of them.
In 1969, Yenko started also offering 427 Chevelles and briefly offered 427 Novas.
For 1970, entrepreneur that Don was, visionary that he was, he saw a loophole in what was going on. The insurance industry was trying everything it could to kill the muscle car, especially big block muscle cars. So Don talked with the factory, and he had Chevrolet install the LT1 Corvette engine in a mundane little Nova, Chevy 2 if you will. And when you bought that car, you went to your insurance agent and said, I just bought a Nova with a 350. And your insurance agent smiled and patted you on the back for being a good citizen and wrote you the standard rate. In later years, he built Stinger Vegas, some with turbochargers, some without. But that was about the last project car that he was really involved in. At Don's funeral, during the service at the funeral home, which I attended immediately after his death, everyone sat there and listened to a 20-minute tape of Don Yenko playing jazz piano as per his last will and testament. That was one of the things that he mandated in his will.
The out-and-out Camaro that you always remember is the Yenko Camaro, and if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't remember that car. The Camaro would be popular. It would be known. But the Yenko Camaro was the one on the cover of CarCraft. It was the one on the cover of Hot Rod. That was the car that you remember. That's the car everybody wants.